It's pretty much impossible to be bored at any time. With the swipe of a finger, you can watch your favorite TV show, your favorite YouTuber, funny videos on infinite scroll, or stories of somebody living their life to the fullest. But what happens when you allow yourself to be bored? "2020 was a weird year for us all. I went from traveling the world and shooting music videos to just sitting down and playing Call of Duty every day and just basically scrolling until my eyes hurt. I was in a loop. You know, like when you just scrolled your Instagram timeline, yet you pull your phone out of your pocket and scroll your Instagram timeline 3 minutes later just to see that it's nothing new here? That was me all 2020. I actually enjoyed the pandemic though, because it forced me to sit down and sit with my thoughts and reflect on my feelings about what was happening around me. And that's something that we avoid every single chance we get, pretty much. Whenever we're in line waiting for our food, we pull our phone out, we scroll just to pass that time. Whenever we're in a car riding with somebody, we scroll through whatever it is on our social media instead of looking out of the window. Well, one day I decided to read a book and stretch my body out for once, other than sitting in a chair and playing Call of Duty and scrolling all day. And what do you know? I made a short film inside of my house in 48 hours. And this is something that I have been rambling and procrastinating on for months. I've always talked about like, oh, I want to eventually do a short film. And the day that I sat down and I didn't scroll and I didn't fill my time playing Call of Duty, I was able to write out an entire short film script and film it in my house in 48 hours. What? At that time, it didn't hit me that it was the boredom that sparked that creativity. But why in the world was it that a guy like myself, who at one point in time could create 10 videos in a week, couldn't land on one inspiring idea? I think 2 reasons. First is probably just because I've become uninspired and bored with the mundane similarities in the majority of content out nowadays. And the second thing that I think is a little bit more relevant is the landscape of consuming media has changed so much. And I think it's affecting us all. It's no secret that social media's main goal is to entertain and retain as much of our attention as possible. And we've seen that explode with 2 new features recently: suggestions. Before, get to the bottom of your timeline, you scrolling, that's the end of it. No updates, nothing else to see here, get back to living your life. Now, you're getting suggested new content on every single platform. New reels, check out this new reel. Check out this tweet from somebody who you didn't follow. Check out this topic that you are not remotely even interested in, or you are interested in, but you didn't subscribe to it because they've done a ton of tracking and they know exactly what you're interested in. Here, check this out. Stay on the platform as long as possible. Infinite scroll. Since TikTok has exploded and all of these other platforms are seeing how successful this model is, with people just wanting to continuously scroll and get media and videos fed to them that's similar, every platform is doing it. You get to the bottom of your Instagram timeline and it's a message like, oh, wait, you want to continue to waste more time? I got you. Click this button. More content. You can literally scroll forever. What's the issue? You might be thinking, what is wrong with this? I'm constantly getting fed content that's inspiring me to make things. Maybe. But if the content that you're being inspired to create is copycat content or viral content or content for just the sole purpose of getting likes, that's the issue. Or you consume so much content that you don't make anything yourself. That's the problem. You ever heard of, analysis paralysis? This is when you watch so many things, you learn so many things that you're so confused on what's right or wrong or what you should even make. This is the issue with this concept. And this is where boredom comes into play. Now, I used to absolutely hate doing boring things. If I wasn't learning, AKA watching somebody else's video or creating something, I felt like it was a waste of time to me personally. But I've grown to love the mundane things in life. Washing the dishes, meal prepping, taking a shower, going for a walk, watching sunsets. All of the boring things I have grown to love. And if you think about it, when do you come up with the greatest ideas? Either on a long car ride or in the shower. I can't tell you how many times I've been in the shower and I just been like, oh my goodness, this is an incredible idea. I need to do this. And this is not a coincidence. In 2020, BBC published an article titled How Boredom Can Spark Creativity, where they quoted a few great artists, authors, and psychologists on their philosophies and facts of how boredom affects the creative mind. Y'all know J.K. Rowling. She's an author best known for creating Harry Potter. Well, she spoke about the very moment that sparked the idea to create Harry Potter, and I think that this concept is just wild. So in 1990, J.K. Rowling was taking a delayed train back to London alone after a weekend flat hunting in Manchester, where the image of a scrawny, bespectacled young boy popped in her head. This is what she said about it. I didn't have a pen and was way too shy to ask anyone on the train, which frustrated me at the time. But when I look back, it was the best thing for me. It gave me the full 4 hours on the train to think up all the ideas for the book. Now, if she had an iPad or an iPhone loaded up with all 4 seasons of Dark or Office or Family Guy, whatever you into, she wouldn't have thought about anything. She would just been entertained the entire trip. And that's how you forget great ideas, man. I can't tell you how many things I have saved into an inspirations folder on Instagram. But I rarely go back and look at those things because when I get on the app, I'm just flooded with all of the new content, the new stories, the new reels, the new posts. Once I get to the end of it, I'm exhausted. I just want to get off. So like that boredom aspect just plays such a huge factor in her coming up with Harry Potter. Like, think if Harry Potter was never a thing. That's crazy. And it's a bunch of other really talented and inspiring artists within this article. I'll link that down below in case you want to check it out. But to save you some time, just be bored. Be bored, man. Boredom is incredible for creativity. I think the only thing worse than not coming up with a great idea is forgetting it. So these are the best 2 ways that I found to record the great ideas that I do find when I'm out being bored. The first is voice memos. Now this is the least preferred of the two, but sometimes you just can't physically write down an idea that you get. Whenever you're on a long walk or whenever you're taking a long drive and you just don't have a notepad and a pen on you, I find that this is the best way to take notes. I find that just being able to freely say how I feel in a moment or freely talk about the ideas that I have, I'm a lot more likely to actually remember them. I write down a lot of things digitally inside like notes, apps, and stuff like that, but I never really remember it. I don't know. It's just something about saying it. And another thing that I really like about voice memos too is that you can creatively intertwine these things into whatever project you might be doing. The fact that you're just talking and you're really in a state of honesty and a state of authenticity from a voice memo, something about just having that audio to be able to play back and add in a certain project just adds a lot. So I really enjoy the voice memo act or the method of taking notes. And the second is obvious, writing stuff down, taking a notepad with you, taking a notebook with you. I don't know what it is, something about writing something down physically just makes you remember it so much more. And another reason that I don't really tend to look back on notes that I take digitally is just because you go to your phone and you got this lock screen where you got 20, 30, 40 different notifications. That's gonna be priority for you. That's what you're gonna click on. You wanna check these notifications. You wanna get these numbers off the top of your apps. You're not thinking about notes when you open up your phone unless it's like a direct action. So something about writing something down and being able to go back and reference these things just makes it so much easier. Note taking is 100% the most preferred way to write down new ideas. So to close this out, be bored, man. You can't come up with creative ideas if you're not bored, if you're constantly watching other people do things, if you're constantly entertained. You need that room in your mind for your mind to tell yourself a story, or your mind to think about what was fun to you when you were young, or to be able to actually like pay attention to what's happening around you, because a lot of the inspiration is just personal feelings and observing things. You have to have boredom. So look out the window more, watch the clouds more, Wash dishes more, man. Take more showers. I know a lot of y'all probably don't take showers like that. Y'all probably stink. All jokes. But man, look, that's gonna be the end of this video. Do me a favor, man. Head down to the comment section and let me know what's one thing that you do that would be considered bored that helps you spark creative ideas, man. Because I would love to know, and I want to be able to create more creative ideas myself personally. If you're new to the channel, you like content like this, consider hitting that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop it a like. But with that being said, I'm out, y'all. Peace.